All praises, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh Shemel Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to you, Akim, out there pushing his word in truth and sincerity. Yahweh Shemel Shai, Bashem Kakodash, Brakathum. All right, to the hopeful elect, the house of David. Now, I got a little lesson I wanted to do, just real quick, impromptu. I'm not going to make it long, okay? So here's an article on RT. It says, Mutant Fish in Murky Waters. U.S. brings chaos to the world and has no real friends. Russia UN envoy. Now you can go on. If I remember, I'll put the link in the description box. But basically, you had the Russian ambassador pretty much gassing the United States, saying everywhere you go is pretty much you just bring chaos to the world, and that you have no true allies. And this is all due to America just going around the world bombing people. Changing regimes, okay, setting up coups, okay, destroying nations, okay, which the Russians are Edomites too, but the U.S. under the elite banking families are really the movers and shakers of global economies, okay, and they're the main target of these nuclear missiles, okay. Ultimately, all nations are going to take their missiles and shoot at America, man. All right, look what else American has done, and now all these nations are pretty much catching on to that American imperialism. Okay, conquering nations and then just destroying them. Not only just conquering them, but literally just destroying them and lying about it. So I'm gonna read a little bit of the article. Uh, let me come down here where the juicy part is at. Okay, so it says, this is a quote: "Everywhere you go," and this is an ambassador. His name is Vasily Nebenzia. Okay, and he says, "Everywhere you go, everything you touch, you leave behind only chaos. You try to fish in those murky waters, but the only thing you catch is mutants," Nesbenzia went to say. So pretty much he's shouting at America, saying, "Hey, look, everywhere you go, you just leave nothing but behind but chaos." And he's gassing you about this chemical attack in Syria, because you want to get back into Syria. You want a regime change in Syria. Okay, the so-called white man here in America, and everybody's saying it's fake news. You pretty much everybody's catching on to the fact that you're setting up these false flags. Okay. Let me see. This is this part I'm gonna read this article right here. It says, "You are misguided to think you have friends," Nesbenzia cautioned. "Your so-called friends are just those who can't say no to you. This is your only criteria for friendship." You see that? So America has went around the whole world, conquered, and the nations that are allies with America, they're allies because America has forced them into submission. They're not allies because they have the same goal and plan. Okay, they're allies because America has beaten them into powder and forced them to agree with all their rhetoric, agree with all their laws. Okay, so here's a scripture, and pretty much this is what the guy is saying. All right, from Russia, he says, this is Habakkuk 2:5. "Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man." You see that? And these ambassadors, they continue to just gas America, continue just to talk about America, and be like, "Man, what are you doing? Like, why do you want to bring destruction to the whole earth? Why can't you just stay at home? Why can't you just be just?" All right, because the so-called white man wasn't set up to do that. "Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home." He's over there in Syria. He's in Africa. All right, he's in South Korea. All right, he's all up in the Middle East. He's all in your country, but he ain't in the land of Edom. Who enlargeth his desire as hell and is as death. Okay, he says, "Everywhere you go, everything you touch, you leave behind only chaos." Now let's look at this word chaos. Gasping void. This is on the etymology online. It says empty, immeasurable space. Okay, abyss that which gapes wide open, that which is vast and empty. Utter confusion. You see that? Disorder. Okay. So when the so-called white man touches things, he takes everything out of order. He changed the ordinances. He changed the way that people live their lives. All right. And then what did he do? He put a heavy yoke upon them. All right. He's over there bombing people to hell and back. All right. Not only is he doing all that, but he's putting drugs in the community out here. There's a heavy drug problem. There's an opioid epidemic. Okay. Not to mention the crack epidemic and the heroin epidemic that befell our people. Okay, not to mention that he puts guns into the neighborhood. He brings nothing but chaos, which is disorder. He's out of order. That's why America is named Babylon, the daughter of Babylon in the scripture. What's the word Babylon in the Hebrew is Babal, meaning confusion. Okay, and that's what a chaos is confusion. And everywhere that the so-called white man goes, everywhere he touches is death. Death comes, confusion comes. Okay. Who enlarged his desire as hell and is as death and cannot be satisfied. Here it is. He went around and he conquered all the dark nations. Okay, and he has all the wealth in the world. Okay, the world is not even on a gold standard. Okay, he has the fatness of the earth. Okay, he has the choice lands, or he eats the choice food, or he drinks the choice wine. And this dude cannot be satisfied, man. The so-called white man, he can't be satisfied. He cannot be satisfied until he kills everything. Okay? And all the nations now, they're mad. They're angry. But it says, but gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all parables. Shall not all these take up a parable against him? And that's ultimately what these different ambassadors from these different nations, okay, are doing. They're taking up parables against America. Okay. Look what he says. He said, do you now understand what you have done? Okay. Calling let me finish. It says Nebenzia repeated Putin's question about the West's reckless geopolitical games in the Middle East. No, you don't. No, you do not. Because pretty much the whole world knows all this fake news, all these fake false flags, okay, all these regime changes by America intervention. They know what America's doing. It's just that they didn't have the power nor the might, okay, to stand up and say something against America. But now you see all these nations they're not backing down. Like China now is a top emerging economy, okay. They're a military superpower, all right, and then they have allies such as Russia, Iran, okay, North Korea. So now they're not scared of the so-called white man. Okay, let me bring out the scripture. We got another scripture. All right. Yeah, I was gonna. Okay. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Because I wanted to get Joel 3. So let me finish this Habakkuk. It says, shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? All right. Why are you in Syria? Why are you in the Middle East? Why do you want to go in Iran? Why are you in South Korea? Why are you in Japan? Okay. Why are you in all these lands? Why are you in the Philippines? Why are you in these different other European nations? Okay. It's because you cannot be satisfied. You are set up to just destroy. And that's what all the nations are seeing. Okay. That you want to destroy the whole planet Earth. You don't want peace. Here it is. The nations are trying to give you peace and you do not want it. Okay. You want to control everything. You want to control every last ounce. You want to control the spirit of these people. You want to control the reproductive rights. You want to control when people buy and when people sell. Okay, how much money they're making. Okay, how big their family is. Okay, if they can have sex, if they could have kids. Okay, you want to control. You want to control these people's minds. You want to be as the most high. It says, and to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. All right, you gave the whole world fractional reserve banking, and your whole economy is based off of debt. Okay, the Federal Reserve note. Okay, everything is based off of lending. Okay, usury. All right, unjust weight. Shall they not? Shall they not rise up suddenly? Shall they not rise up suddenly? That shall bite thee. Okay, and awake that shall vex thee. You see how now all these nations they're awaking now. They're awakening to all the so-called white man's deception, his wine. All right, they're mad. They're mad that you forced them to drink it. All right, you forced them to be on this so-called fractional reserve banking, to set up these different banks. Okay, these different banks. You force them to trade in dollars. Okay, you force them to pretty much bow down to you in order to survive. Or you gave them fast food. Okay, you gave them GMOs. Okay, you gave them defiled food. You defiled their minds, and now the nations they're upset, and now they're suddenly, like, all of a sudden all these nations are waking up out of that sleep. Okay, and thou shalt be booties unto them. Okay, you're gonna be a spoil. It says, because thou hast spoiled many nations. Okay, you have spoiled the whole planet Earth. Okay, first and foremost, you totally have destroyed the nation of Israel. Okay, the blacks, Hispanic, and Native American. You destroy them to the point to where they don't even have a land. Okay, they don't even have their language. Okay, they don't even have their customs. Or you beat it out of them. All right, and then you gave them different names. Or you gave them a different way of living. And look what has grown out of that. Okay, just nothing but death, nothing but nothing but, what's it called? Sorrow. It says all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee because of men's blood, and for violence of the land of the city and all that dwell therein. Okay, because look, and this is an Edomite. Okay, this is an Edomite from Russia, and they're like, damn, man, this dude, he just doesn't get it. He doesn't want peace. The whole world is seeing that America does not want peace under no circumstances. Now, Nikki Haley, which is the White House spokeswoman, she pretty much said that. Okay, here it is. Hold on. Pretty much, she said that. Yeah, Nikki Haley said. Oh yeah, it says right here. Nebenzia turned to the remarks made earlier by his U.S. counterpart, Nikki Haley, who said that U.S. and Russia will never be friends. Okay, you see that? Ultimately, this is all because the Lord, he's sowing discourse between the nations. Okay, he's putting that hatred, he's putting the jaws, like the scriptures say, back in the mouths of these different nations, and these chief nations like Iran, like Russia, in order for him to destroy America, because that's what the Lord, he wants. He wants America to be destroyed. So that's why America he just can't get it. He's this dude does not want peace. Okay, let me bring out this scripture. It says, Joel 3:9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Right? In Habakkuk, it says that Habakkuk 2:7, shall they not rise up suddenly, that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee? So now the Lord, he has awakened these other nations, and he has given them the same technology, if not better technology, okay, as far as military might. Okay, and you're not going to be able to compete with all the nations, okay, taking up arms against you. It's impossible. Okay, it says, prepare war, wake up the mighty man, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. The war drums are actually beating as we speak. All the puzzles are being put into place for this last war, okay, to totally destroy America. Okay, it says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I am strong. So now all the weak nations are saying they're strong. Okay. So with that, all praises, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh Bashem Al Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to you brothers out there pushing his word and true sincerity. Shalom.